So yeah, so Hasim, you have this kind of idea about this $1 million blueprint. So
Hmm.
can you break it down? Where does it start?
Okay, so basically we're gonna be like doing this series on YouTube anyways, right? From day
Mhm.
0 to like day 100 or day 365, whatever the case, it doesn't really matter, yeah?
Mhm.
But where it begins, right, in the end of the day, where we're gonna start is we're gonna start on eBay, right? And then moving forward, right, it's not gonna be just limited to eBay in scope, right? Right, we're gonna branch off. But the first things first is the goal is to make every user like get their first 100K off of eBay. Right,
Right.
you get what I'm saying? And it's incredibly easy. Like we'll talk about like from 100 to a million after. Well, we're gonna like today's focus will be from 0 to 100.
Right.
And then what our goal would be is to document that process on YouTube. That is completely doable.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So moving forward from like the series that we're gonna be making, like we're gonna go ahead and like I think Austin, you can attest to this by now, right? If you post 10,000 items onto your eBay account, you will see results. The level of your results varies because it depends on the products, right? There's a lot of it
Right.
goes on that as well. But 10,000 items, you can guarantee you're gonna have some moonshots. Maybe if you're lucky, you're gonna get all moonshots. So Austin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience from one
Yeah,
to 10?
exactly. I'm actually just reaching about 10,000 listings on my personal account,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, it depends on what products we're starting to figure out what products customers are looking for. But right now, we're starting to hit almost like $500 in sales a day.
Exactly. Yeah. It's ridiculous because Austin just started 30 days ago. You know what I
And
mean?
how long did it take to get to 100 to 10,000 listings, Austin?
Yes, so we're averaging around 200 listings a day.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But the main reason like Austin was doing 200 a day is because his account was brand new,
Mhm.
and we had to make sure they don't get suspended from the beginning,
Right.
right? But with the bulk lister, literally 2 3 days, and you can recreate Austin's like entire store. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just throw in 10,000 links, right? The product hunter. Like Austin, were you able to download the new product hunter?
Yeah, I ran a couple tests and it works really easy. Maybe
Real,
yeah,
exactly.
1 to 2 minutes per listing, and that's about it. It automatically does it.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I'm just gonna share my screen so everybody can see.
Mhm.
Like I think this is like the key because, like, Austin, this will be like a little like just this will be a big benefit for you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect, right? So the main thing with this, right, is you want to basically test multiple niches, right? So that means that you want to have of like variety in your store. So on the new product hunter, right, we're actually if you click open keyword tool, right, we have two buttons that's gonna go ahead and show you like generate random adjective and generate random noun, right? And if we go ahead and generate a random adjective, right, like let's say vivid, right, we're gonna get 236 keywords and scrape them all, right? Vivid vinyl, vivid solar lights, but basically you're gonna get like 236 unique niches right from the get-go. And then you go ahead, throw it to the product hunter, and you start searching and put with whatever filters that you had, right? And you're gonna get a whole bunch of items that are like unique in sense from right off the bat. There's no thinking at all anymore. The only thing that you have to do, right, is sort it. Well, you don't need to sort it. Like Austin, do you sort your items or no?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I would recommend you do because sometimes like as you're building experience, like sometimes the product hunter is gonna give you garbage. There's garbage sometimes that you'll know it won't sell. But then again, at the same time, like some of that stuff that I consider junk starts selling as well. So who really knows, right? But the quick way to filter it is you just go ahead and click quick filter, right? Just left to delete, right to keep, left to delete, right to keep, and you can sort literally a list of 10,000, 20,000 items like pretty within like a couple hours, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. You know what I mean? So I would recommend, recommend that moving forward, you do sort your items, right? That way, you know, like maybe otherwise you don't want to get like 100 of the same items in your store. You know what I mean? Because you're getting to the limp part where you're almost at 10,000 listings. So now it's like you gotta kind of care a little more about the type of items that you're posting. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So that'll be like you know, this quick filter, like incredibly easy, left, right, you know, and then it just goes ahead and like sorts it. I'm gonna stop sharing that. But yeah, so you know, like the real purpose behind ecom sniper, like I will tell you what the vision was. And you know, Mark, I think you can attest to this, right?
Yeah.
Remember back in the day when you made DS Genie, right? You cut off a number of users that can use the platform.
Right, right. It wasn't sold to unlimited amount of people.
Yeah, exactly. Like I tried to get in. You know, I was waitlisted for how long, and I never did.
Yeah.
You know, like and you know, like you mentioned this in the video. You're like you're creating a select community that goes ahead and so you know that dominates like the entire marketplace. And let's be honest here, right? I've been doing this business by myself for like 6 years,
Yeah.
and you know there's so many problems one after the other, and then you know if you have like a community, right, of seasoned experts that can tackle new problems, like imagine when the managed payment problem came out. Imagine we had like 300 people that were experts in this business solving the problem. By the way, Rory just joined in, yeah. So if you had like 300 people that were just targeted into a specific problem and start solving it together, like imagine the kind of results you're gonna get. You
How's it
get what
going,
I'm saying?
Rory?
Yeah, hi Rory, how are you, man?
Oh, good. Thanks. How you guys doing? All right.
Good. So we're just talking about like the importance of like building a community like around this eBay dropshipping, and you know, like moving forward, I think the number of users that we're gonna limit it is to 300, like a hard cap.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
after that, like there's no more like acceptance, there's nothing like that. And the reason why is because like we're starting we're gonna do a discovery call on Sunday, right, for the ecom sniper users about creating the Amazon accounts at scale. One of the biggest problems in eBay dropshipping. Like we have it mostly figured out, but one of the new users who just joined, Tyler, like Austin, Tyler's your friend, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler's a good guy.
You know the amazing thing you guys did, like for like right off the bat, what happened was I told Tyler about we're gonna do the call on Sunday, and Tyler told me that, oh, you know, just a heads up, you know, I tried the Chase Bank, right, and then you're gonna have to go. I learned from Austin that I put one of my VA names as the authorized user, you know, and because to keep in compliance with like legal issues in the US. Yeah, and to me, like when I heard that, I was just like blown away that, you know, like we have like so many problem solvers in this group chat. You know what I mean? Like real entrepreneurs that can solve problems. Like imagine we put our collective brain power. The fact is money can be made online without a shadow of a doubt.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's millions of dollars, billions of dollars. It's not like there's no cutoff. Like I think everybody in this ecom sniper knows that, you know, like it can be made for like 100, 200, 300 people, but not for millions. We cannot help 1,000 people. We cannot help 2,000, 3,000. Like it's not, because then we're gonna get into saturation, right? Like I
I
do
would
this full
think
time. I know
I
exactly
would think
like
1 to 300 solid people, and then like 1 to 200 solid people.
yeah, exactly. But and the main benefit is like with everything that we're doing, it's like whatever I learned in 6 years, right? I can get someone up to speed within a month,
Yeah.
like of every single thing I know, like without a shadow of like everything I know in 1 month, I can teach somebody, and they will be like a carbon copy of all the knowledge that I have, and on top of that, their own knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I have a friend, right? He actually made like I know him personally. Like he made 2 million US last year, right? Like I know the guy. I went to lunch with him the other day. Like he's actually one of my friends. Like we go play like sports together. We went to the batting cage like a month ago. So he told, and you know the funny thing with him was, he said that I'm like, okay, so how did you learn how to dropship? Right? He's doing Shopify, right? He's doing another school of thought, and that's something that I never went into, because the first thing he told me is like, hey, we're all risk takers here, right? And I told him, no, I don't take risks. You know, like the business we're doing, there's no risk in it. We're doing it with bulk quantity and using numbers to get results. He told me, oh, we're all risk takers because he pays for Google ads. He paid like an influencer $100,000 and then he got a return of like $1 million from that. And the business we do, there's no risk here. You post 1 million items, right? You're gonna see a results in, right, as like it's proportional to how much items you list, right? And it's not even a factor of time anymore with the bulk lister. But what I was trying to say was, like I asked him like, how did you learn how to dropship, right? He said, you know what, there was a guy who had a course back in the day, and I joined his course. I paid like 5 to 10 grand for it, and then what happened was I became a part of it, and I learned everything from him, and then I became a millionaire myself. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, and then I taught my brother, and my brother did it too. I'm like, this is that's the, it's like, to be successful, you need one of the secrets in all of this is mentorship. Like it's that transfer of knowledge. Like, let's be real here. What are we doing here? We're not even leaving our computers. We're clicking a couple buttons. Like what is that?
Yeah.
Like what justifies that kind of, like, it's not like we're going out and doing anything physical, whatever. Like all of this is possible because of the knowledge we have, right? This whole drop shipping business is all about knowledge, right? So when you have a mentor that goes ahead and gives you that knowledge, right, you're gonna be up to speed with everything that he knows, right? And then you go ahead and like you yourself, right, become like a carbon copy of his knowledge, right? So what I'm trying to say is like, people need to understand that, right? You shouldn't be doing this stuff yourself. Like if I wasted a lot of time, my friend, right? Like the tools that I have and everything now, right, were not just presented to me, right? It took 6 years of knowledge to build up, like to understand all of this stuff. And like it could have been done so much faster, right? Because I really built everything ground up, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to do that because time is limited. Like I'll go, Mark, your goal, what is it? To make $20 million, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, mine is 36 now. Like, so like and Austin and Rory, I'm sure like I think you guys, I don't know what your goals are, but it should be up there as well, because the truth is, in this field that we're in, right? It's not a joke to make this kind of money overnight, right? It's not like, if I think everyone here can conceptualize, right? Like if you make 100 eBay accounts, right, couple that with 1,000 Amazon accounts, like you're like, all you do is bulk list, right? And you're gonna see those results. Do you get what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like moving forward, like we're like Redman, right? He's out there experimenting right now, live, right? Exactly how to create legal stealth accounts, legal, right? Like I read a comment, I think, on your channel. Somebody said, well, like, how are you doing this? We're using stealth account. Like,
Right,
no, bro.
yeah. Someone commented on one of the videos talking about this stealth account thing.
Yeah, no, like definitely not. We're not like we do everything by the book, legal. Like no, you can't defraud the government or the state or anything like that. Like the money you want to be able to use it without having to look behind your back every other 2 days, right? This is the main thing here. So with that being said, it's like, we're working on like and Mark, we gotta get into the conversation about the Wyoming corporation and everything, because that is like one of the tricks here that we're gonna have to implement, so to make sure that we're able to open like 100 eBay accounts for one user, right, without getting, like, while it's still being a stealth account. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So like just to wrap up this conversation, I just want to say, like, we're building a community, right? I think everybody here, like, in their own respect, right, is a seasoned entrepreneur. Like everybody in this call, everybody in the ecom sniper chat, right? I've talked to everybody, right? Every single person there, right, is coming from either a drop shipping business or like another business model, and everybody has like their unique experiences, right? And like I spoke to Rory, and he taught me how to unflag eBay accounts. Like that in itself was revolutionary to me. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And I've been doing this for 6 years. Imagine like we have like all these people coming together with their experiences, and then we just go ahead and craft the technique, and each one of them, right, they're gonna be successful if we go ahead and just solve problems. Because what constitutes making money, right? Solving problems. That is what an entrepreneur does, right? That is how you make money. And now you're going, and imagine going to war as a single guy, right? You're gonna get killed, right? What war is a one-man army? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We're building a bunch of snipers, right? And everybody here is already probably coming in with their own strengths, right? And then we go ahead and just transfer whatever knowledge we have, we share it, right? And then from there we continue, and then this is the plan. We're gonna dominate this market, right? Our community is gonna win. Like every other community in this dropshipping space is already losing, right? We have like the most advanced technology to begin with, right? We have like already the plan that we already have the solutions for the eBay, creating eBay accounts, creating Amazon accounts that no other community has. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. We're gonna win, right? So once again, like if anybody's watching this, right? Yeah, like it's entertaining for sure, right? But if you're like serious about solving problems, right, about making money, and you want and everybody has a reason why they want to make their money, right? Like Mark was telling me how you wanna, like, what was your goal? To go ahead and like your goals are so grand, my friend. Like you want to change the world.
Yeah, but I
You're gonna
mean,
need a lot of money for that.
it starts with, I want to make $20 million. I'm not gonna go into why here, but that's my
Yeah,
goal.
yeah, no, yeah. Everybody has like their own specific reasons, right? And like whether it be like to help your family or whatever, right? Like I'm telling you, this stuff is real. Like the money to be made is real. Like, all it is about solving problems. Anybody who says like eBay dropshipping is dead or it's impossible to make money, they don't know what they're talking about. They're already losing. They're gonna be there working their 9 to 5 jobs for the rest of their life. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but for whatever I want in life, it's not something that I can acquire from that. I have grand goals as well, and the only way to get through that from that I've seen, right, is e-commerce. So yeah, I think that'll be if anybody wants to join, we have a private Telegram group, right? Join Ecom Sniper. You're not gonna regret it, right? If you follow the steps, right? The one condition that I would have is you come back and contribute back to the community, right? You're
Yeah,
gonna
because
come.
our goal, as you said, is to not just jump in the groups just for fun. Is that's where we work together and communicate.
Exactly. Like this is a real business, right? Come in, help solve the newer problems, right? Give feedback, and we'll grow this thing to the moon, right? This is not just a stagnant community where you're just downloading software, right? It's
Yeah,
something that's always constantly evolving because that is what's required to be successful, right?
yeah, that's it.
Innovation.
All right.
Right. So I think that'll be it. I think Austin, you had some questions about so let's jump into that, yeah?
Yeah, we could jump into questions and answers.
Yeah, sure. So you want me to ask about the like
Whatever, any questions you have, yeah, like, well, the reason why is because like we'll send a video out, and then like if we answer it one time, it'll be easier for everyone to kind of like get the answers for all those same questions.
Okay, yeah, sure. So like I mentioned in the video, starting to near the 10,000 listings, but my limit right now is 75,000 listings, and I think it's $750,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm at like $50,000 to $53,000, so I'm getting pretty close to that $75,000 or $750,000 limit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to like optimize my listings now.
Yeah. So
Is it
okay, I got you. I'm gonna get into that, and it's a great question, and just again, it's proof of your success that you're nearing the 10K, right? So the first thing that you have to understand in this, right, is if you're gonna go, you like at this point, I don't think it's gonna be easy to increase your limits from 750,000 to like 2 billion or something like that, because you know, like if eBay sees that you're drop shipping, right, it's a hard conversation to have with them. You
No, but wait,
could go ahead and request.
one thing, Austin, did you say that the, is it that the number of listings is fine, but the quantity is not?
The dollar amount, the dollar amount.
the dollar limit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you know, yes, he can list 75,000 items, but $750,000 worth in inventory, right? And the solution for that is actually simple, right? Like first of all, like there's two ways we're gonna go about it, right? Before you're gonna implement the first part of it. Actually, this is gonna be more useful for you, right? One of the rules on eBay, right? eBay's algorithm, the way it works is sales bring sales, right? This is the thing, right? You'll find that the moment you sell one item, that one item is gonna sell again and again and again, and other items in your store is gonna start selling. And the reason why it happens is because eBay goes ahead and sees that you got a sale, and they think that, oh, this guy, he's a good seller, right? Let me go ahead and send him more traffic, because when eBay gets a conversion, right, they go ahead and they profit from that. So that means that, you know, the more sales that you get on your account, eBay trusts you more and they send you even more sales. So the hardest part is the first sale, right? And then after that, it gets exponentially easier because eBay knows you, and then they know that, you know, like, are they gonna send their customers to a random person or somebody who has proven to make sales on eBay, right? Who have proven to make a good listing that converts, right? So when you go ahead and list, so what you want to do is, instead of listing, if you have 1,000 limits, like let's say if you have 50,000 or $100,000 left, right? What you want to do is you want to list like another 10,000 items, but they're like $5 each or $10 each, right? Use the product hunter and put the maximum price to like $10 or $15 or so. Get the cheap items out. The reason why is because those cheap items are way easier to sell, right? When an item is below $30, it's just easy for a buyer to go ahead and just click and purchase. Like the buyer psychology, right? Like if something is above $100, right, I think twice. $50, I think twice. If you put it below $20, there's very little resistance. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So those
But
items are not meant.
But I would also call eBay and request the increase just on the value amount. If you see what I'm saying.
Problem
Or
is
wouldn't
you don't want them to investigate your account. You could do that, right? I have never done it after, because I didn't want to ever risk my account, right? There is an automated button that you could try pressing it, right? I pretty much stay the hell away, because you know the
Yeah,
way we
you don't
open
want them
accounts.
to raise any suspicion.
Yeah, you know, like the way we
Yeah.
open the account, start off with like a huge limit to begin with. So like I never had to go ahead and do that. All I do is open up more accounts. So I scale my businesses by making more accounts. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? Like I have another like 10 accounts on the way. I'm working on opening them up right now. So that's like just getting the whole system that we did initially, and I'm doing it like that right now. So Austin, I would recommend for now, like you go ahead and list the cheap items. We're gonna get another software out that's gonna go ahead and prune the items that are not that are underperforming. But the one thing to consider, right, is, you know, like let me go ahead and see if I can share my screen real quick. Let me give me
Yeah,
one
and we have a
second.
couple minutes on the
Like
call.
yeah. Let me go ahead and just show you one thing that sold for me. Give me 1 second now. Yeah, we have a couple minutes, so I'm just gonna share it, and then, but it's a pretty important one to understand.
Yeah.
So I just sold this rice cooker, I remember listing this myself because I remember this logo was one of my experimental ones. That's the funny thing. So I keep track of like the items I list by putting random logos and stuff like that, just to test like, okay, so this is how I know how I listed it, what technique I used, and this sold, right? But I listed it like in February 27th. It only had 3 views, just 3, but it finally sold after like a couple months. So, you know, like the pruning, right? It's not like you never know when
Yeah.
your item is gonna sell. When it's, and remember this rice cooker, right? Like this title, right? Like there is like thousands of rice cookers on eBay, right? But my one sold. Like I have thousands, and they're way cheaper than mine. It's just my title was just that much better, right? Let me go ahead and see if I can find the Amazon item so I can go ahead and pull it up. I remember this whole title was auto generated as well. Oh, what the heck is this? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the Amazon item and you can see that for yourself. This rice cooker.
Yeah.
I think this one. Right, this was exactly how they did it. Our title was way more aesthetic. Rice cooker with multi-cooking selections, fast cooking, easy to use and clean. And this resonated with the buyer. We had a video yesterday about like the funnel of a buyer, right? And the
Right.
title means everything. Yeah. So that's like that's what you gotta consider, yeah. Like, so just because you listed an item, it doesn't mean like it's not underperforming, right? Like you'll like the right buyer might come in 3 months later. Like I've had items that like sell like literally 1 year later, and all I do is just, I think the main thing to focus on is actually just scaling your store. You want to just get out more listings instead of deleting listings. That is how you become successful. So have a growth mindset where your goal is to list 100,000 items onto eBay. And that's why I told you guys from the very beginning, create as many eBay accounts as you can from day one. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. Like otherwise, like when you do it under your name, right, it becomes so much easier. But later on, like you're gonna have to go, like the way I would promote would be to go ahead and open it up under like friends and family's name and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Austin, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that does.
Okay, and also additionally about creating multiple eBay accounts, we're actually working like I'm gonna make a separate video, and I think I might discuss it on the Sunday call or whatever, right? I'm gonna discuss about creating the stealth legal eBay accounts because I'm pretty sure it's like the same process. And Mark, we're gonna have to like we're having Redman test it out right now, but we're
Right.
gonna kind of give the idea to everybody, like, and then it's gonna go ahead and like we can kind of like fine tune it. And that's like the benefit of having this community once again. You know, like we can have a whole bunch of
Yeah,
people
because I'm
kind of
not,
refine the
this
technique.
video I wouldn't be posting on YouTube because of certain questions and so on.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so I think that wraps it up. Yeah, Roy, do you have anything, any questions? Or Roy, did you fix your problem by the way?
Yeah, I can get with you later today
Okay.
regarding that.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I do have some questions, but I guess it's better to save it for the next one. It's okay.
You can jump,
Okay.
unless you want to jump in another call now.
Yeah, let's just answer the questions, yeah, because that way, if they're that way, you can just get it out of the
I
way.
have
Yeah.
the software related problem with a Vero. Is there a database? Is there some way to update? I know
Yes.
you already have Vero lists, but if I get one, how can I add to that list or,
Mm-hmm.
update that in real time so that I don't get hit again for that one or anybody else for that matter in the community?
Strong question. So what I'm gonna do is like, okay, let me go ahead and share my screen once more. And you know the funny thing is, I was actually working on this live, like as you were saying it, right? Like right over here, see this restricted area, right? I'm gonna put another text box, right? That's gonna put the Vero list that's already loaded, and then you can
Hmm.
just add to that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and then later on, like like if you, and then we can just share it, and then we can keep going, like we can keep moving forward like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a
Great.
good question. Yeah,
Okay.
good question. But I'll release it like maybe in like a day or something. But yeah, get on call with me to let's fix the pricing thing because we don't know who else might be getting hit by that. The problem is Amazon sometimes it changes from person to person, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes one computer works and the other doesn't, but I'm pretty sure I can go ahead and fix your problem pretty quickly. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Okay, yeah. So just shoot me a message whenever you're ready, and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll work.
You have any more questions, or we're good to go from there?
I have something that's related to Sunday, but
Yeah. Say that for Sunday.
yeah.
Say
I
that.
have a quick question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so in order to reduce, I guess, the spending limit, do you recommend reducing the quantity to one and then relisting it every time?
No. Like your quantity, like so
Quantity's
basic.
at like 2 to 3 right now.
Oh yeah. Well, if they're only 3 if they sold, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Those ones are gonna sell again, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, the ecom sniper already lists quantity as 1 from the very beginning. So I think right now for you the best game plan is just to list cheap items for now,
Okay. Got it.
just to
Thanks.
get velocity in your store. Yeah. Okay. All right. If you have any more questions, we'll just run it on another call later on. Or we'll be doing these calls pretty often.
Yeah, because it's gonna cut now.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Huh?
Thank
Alright,
you.
guys.